Have you ever wondered, in the grand scheme of human history, how wrestling, one of the oldest forms of combat sports known to mankind, evolved into the sophisticated art of ju-jitsu we see today? Delving into the annals of time, wrestling finds its roots in prehistoric cave drawings that are 15,000 years old, a testament to its ancient origins. As civilizations grew, so did wrestling, with the sport finding a place in the ancient Olympic Games in Greece around 700 BC. This was not the wrestling we know today. It was a brutal, no-holds-barred contest of strength and skill, a far cry from the more regulated sport we see today. Scene script. Fast forward to the Roman Empire, and wrestling was still a popular sport. However, the Romans, ever practical, modified the Greek style to be less brutal and more tactical, focusing on skill and technique, a hint of what was to come. The Middle Ages saw wrestling continue to evolve, with different regions developing their own styles and rules. The sport was a common fixture at fairs and festivals, and it was during this time that wrestling began to split into the various forms we recognize today. By the time we reach the 19th century, wrestling had become a popular sport worldwide, with many countries having their own unique styles. However, it was in Japan that the next significant evolution would occur. In the late 19th century, Jigoro Kano, a martial arts enthusiast, took elements from traditional Japanese wrestling, or sumo, and combined them with techniques from other martial arts to create judo. This was a turning point in the evolution of combat sports. Judo was not just about strength or skill, but also about leverage and balance. It was a sport that could be won by a smaller, weaker opponent if they had superior technique. Then in the early 20th century, one of Kano's students, Mitsuyo Maeda, traveled to Brazil. There he taught judo to the Gracie family. They adapted the techniques to create Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a martial art focused on ground fighting and submission holds. This was a game changer in the world of combat sports. Size and strength were less important than technique and strategy, making it a sport accessible to all. In summary, the journey from wrestling to jiu-jitsu has been a long and winding one, spanning thousands of years and countless cultures. It began with the raw strength and brutality of ancient wrestling, evolved through the tactical skill of Roman wrestling, diversified during the Middle Ages, and was revolutionized by judo in the 19th century. Finally, it was refined into the strategic and technical art of jiu-jitsu in the 20th century. This evolution reflects not only the development of combat sports, but also the shifting values and priorities of societies throughout history.